Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology, a cosmic exploration of the human mind. Get ready to have your mind blown by these incredible psychological facts. We'll journey through the quirks of human perception, biases, and social forces that influence our behavior. Have you ever wondered how a sugar pill can alleviate pain? That's the placebo effect in action. It's the power of belief, triggering real physiological changes in the brain. It's like convincing your brain you've taken a painkiller, and your brain releases its own natural painkillers like endorphins. Our brains crave consistency, and when our beliefs clash with our actions, it creates a mental discomfort called cognitive dissonance. To ease the tension, our minds are masters of justification. We might rationalize our actions or even change our beliefs to align with our behavior. First impressions matter. The halo effect describes how our overall impression of someone, like their attractiveness, can influence how we judge their other traits. We tend to see those we find appealing through rose-colored glasses, attributing positive qualities that might not necessarily be there. Imagine witnessing an emergency in a crowded area. You might assume someone else will help, right? That's the bystander effect. The more people present, the less likely any individual is to intervene. We become passive observers, assuming someone else will take charge, and tragically sometimes no one does. We love to be right, don't we? Confirmation bias explains our tendency to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring evidence that contradicts them. We're more likely to read articles that align with our views and surround ourselves with people who share our opinions. Confirmation bias shows how easily we can get trapped in echo chambers of our own making. The Dunning-Kruger effect describes how people with low competence in a particular area often overestimate their abilities. In other words, the less you know, the more confident you are that you're an expert. This cognitive bias highlights the importance of humility and recognizing the vastness of what we don't know. The Pygmalion effect demonstrates the incredible influence of expectations on performance. When teachers believe in their students' potential, those students tend to rise to the occasion, performing better academically. This underscores the profound impact our expectations, both positive and negative, can have on others. Ever wonder why horoscopes seem so accurate? The Barnum effect explains our tendency to believe vague, general statements apply specifically to us. These statements are so broad, they could apply to almost anyone. Yet our brains seek out connections, making us feel like these insights offer profound personal meaning. Ever get a song stuck in your head? That's a mental earworm, and it's related to the Zeigarnik effect, which states that we tend to remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks more vividly than completed ones. This cognitive bias suggests that the feeling of incompleteness creates a kind of mental tension, keeping the task at the forefront of our minds until it's resolved. Ever feel like everyone's watching you, judging your every move? Relax, it's probably just the spotlight effect. This cognitive bias describes our tendency to overestimate how much others notice our appearance or behavior. It's a good reminder that we're not always the center of everyone else's universe. Remember that overwhelming feeling in the cereal aisle, faced with endless options? That's the paradox of choice. While we generally believe more choices lead to greater happiness, having too many options can actually lead to decision paralysis, anxiety, and even regret. Sometimes too many options can leave us feeling more stuck than satisfied. Ever notice how the first price you see for an item tends to stick with you, influencing your perception of whether it's a good deal or not? That's the anchoring effect in action. This cognitive bias can influence everything from salary negotiations to purchasing decisions, highlighting the importance of being aware of how easily our judgments can be swayed. Ever notice how a song you initially disliked grows on you after repeated listens? That's the mere exposure effect. We tend to develop a preference for things we're repeatedly exposed to, even if we weren't initially fond of them. Trying to memorize a list, you're more likely to recall the first and last items thanks to the serial position effect. This cognitive bias explains how our memory is influenced by the order in which information is presented. Ever feel like your emotions are written all over your face, even when you're trying to keep them in check? That's the illusion of transparency. We tend to overestimate how well others can perceive our internal states. It's a good reminder that others don't always have a direct window into our thoughts and feelings. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Let us know in the comments which psychological fact surprised you the most. Keep those minds curious, and we'll see you in the next exploration.